Hi, I'm Gretchen Holmes. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor and was diagnosed diabetic in February 2021. I realized I finally needed to do something to take care of my health. So I did. So I decided the first thing I needed to do was lose weight, because isn't that what we always decide we have to do first, look at the outside? Well, I was doing the same thing that everybody else was doing. I decided that the first thing I needed to fix was my weight. I'd been obese or morbidly obese for most of my adult life. It started very young. I grew up in an alcoholic home. My dad was a drinker. Obviously, it was very chaotic. Most people who grow up in a home where there's addiction, there's a lot of chaos. And I think we have a lot of war stories that we can share with each other. The names change, the intensity sometimes changes, but it's basically the same story. Well, I had to figure out a way to deal with all the chaos and all of the stress and the arguing and the tears and the uncertainty, so I ate. I self-soothed with food because I couldn't feel sad or angry or anxious all the time. None of us can. So I took that behavior and brought it into adulthood, which I think most of us do. Whatever we learn in our young years growing up, those are kind of the behaviors we bring into adulthood with us. I was no different. So I spent most of my adult life obese or morbidly obese. And I tried many, many, many times to lose weight because I thought that's what was wrong. It really wasn't what was wrong. I found out years later that my weight was actually just a symptom of what was wrong. It was a symptom of what was going on the inside. So I did what I'd always done, and I started a weight loss program. But something quite miraculous happened. I finally realized a couple of things. One, when I was diagnosed diabetic, I realized I had time. A lot of people who are diabetic and have been managing their disease for a long time are kind of running out of time. And I realized because I had just been diagnosed diabetic, I had time. And then immediately this very warm, tingly feeling came across me, or came over me. I was driving home, I'll always remember this. And I realized not only did I have time, but I was incredibly grateful that I had time. And that completely changed how I looked at my health journey. Because no longer was I angry, or was I feeling sorry for myself, or did I feel punished. I felt grateful. I was grateful that I had the resources to make the changes I needed to make, and I was grateful that I had the time. And that completely changed the next few years of my life, because every time I made something healthy to eat, I approached it with such a level of gratitude. They say that mindset is the key to everything, and I always thought that was oversimplified. But I have learned over the years that in fact is true. That the only thing that changed this time was my mindset. This time I approached it from a place of gratitude, and not anger and not resentment. And you know what happened? I lost 110 pounds. And I've kept it off all this time. And I feel like I've gotten my life back, but it's because I started doing the work on the inside. I appreciate your time. Good to see you. In the meantime, take care.